Hello there, this is Shawn 1113, your host for the Shawn 1113 podcast show. Thank you for listening wherever you may be. Wherever platform are you listening? Wherever platform you're listening to. Again, thank you so much, and please stay encouraged no matter what. It's gonna be a nice day this week, and as the week comes later, I just want to mention to the people of the Gulf Coast, be safe out there with Hurricane Ian coming barreling down in the west coast of Florida and the Gulf Coast. So be safe out there wherever you are there. And now we have look back and look forward. Week 3 in the NFL, week 4 college football. First, the NFL, another crazy week. And as a Dolphin fan, one of the best games in the NFL this year. Miami Dolphins, Buffalo Bills, but Miami squeaking by. And in my opinion, it was, like I said, definitely a candidate for game of the year, regardless of what happens. And we'll see what happens from there. Also, Las Vegas is 0-3, and 0-3 will not make the playoffs. It will not do any good. Detroit might be the best 1-2 team in the league and the most competitive. They don't give anything up, win or lose. Indy finally wins their first game. Kansas City, and like I said, aforementioned before, Buffalo lost. Minnesota wins a big game. Cincinnati wins their first. Green Bay wins a huge game over Tampa Bay. Denver, Dallas with Cooper Rush, no less. Well, they keep that going. But there's a whole bunch of games that is on the front. Plus the first one in London, by the way. I think that's a Minnesota-New Orleans game there in London. Now, as for college football, the Miami loss, Hurricanes loss, Middle Tennessee State, that was brutal. That was absolutely brutal to watch. I'm not going to lie to you on that. Now, first of all, the college football picks for week 5, and then I'll have the upset bid. Purdue and Minnesota, picking Minnesota. Texas Tech, Kansas State, picking Texas Tech. Wake Forest and Florida State. Wake Forest. Oklahoma State, Baylor, picking Oklahoma State. Excuse me, Alabama and Arkansas, picking Alabama. North Carolina State and Clemson, picking NC State. And my upset bid of the week, Kentucky and Ole Miss, picking Ole Miss. Now, got some questions on these NFL games week 4. Miami and Cincinnati. Which one will outlast who? And I'm talking about both teams. Minnesota and New Orleans. Can Kirk Cousins finally win some games on the road? Starting with that game. And how many interceptions James Winston's going to throw in New Orleans? Cleveland and Atlanta, they have to deal with without Myles Garrett, who won in a car accident. We'll see what happens with the defense how the defense shows up. Could Jacoby Brissett keep going? Atlanta, trying to find which footing can they find there for themselves. The game of the week is Buffalo and Baltimore. It's a matter of who outlasts who, Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson. Washington and Dallas used to be a great rivalry, not so much. Washington, can they actually score some touchdowns on the defensive side of the football? Can Cooper Rush keep going for Dallas and win? They won 2 in a row. Seattle and Detroit, can Detroit win a big game in Detroit? Seattle, is Drew Luck coming in for Geno Smith? LA Chargers in Houston, can the Chargers recover? Can Houston win a game? They've been competitive. I will say that for Houston, but we'll see. Tennessee, another game of the week to keep an eye on. Can Tennessee keep going or Indianapolis keep going? Chicago and the New York Giants. I have no opinion about that game. Jacksonville and Philadelphia. This is a very interesting game because does it feel like a trap game for Philadelphia? So, and they keep going? Can Jacksonville make a big step forward and win against a quality team? New York Jets and Pittsburgh. Joe Flacco against. Wait a minute, for Pittsburgh, Kenny Pickett. Because at some point, Kenny Pickett is going to be the starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers this season. When is Kenny Pickett going to play? Arizona and Carolina. Can Arizona get back on the winning track? Is Baker Mayfield really a quarterback in the NFL for Carolina? Because he hasn't looked good at all. New England and Green Bay. Can Belichick kind of find a way to win football games anymore? I don't know. Can Green Bay keep going? And that's without quality receivers. Denver and Las Vegas. Can Denver buy an offense? Oof. Las Vegas, can they finally win a game, an actual game? Kansas City and Tampa Bay. Can Kansas City get back on track? Can Tampa Bay actually find some offense? LA Rams and San Francisco. Will the Rams continue to run the ball and get their defense together? Can San Francisco get right back on track as well? That's a Monday night game. Well, so that is your Shawn 1113 podcast show. This is the second one this week. I might have something on Brett Favre coming next week because I got to find some information concerning that situation in Mississippi. I'll see. I'll see about that. I said something about Doka. It only be fair if I talk about Brett Favre in the near future and see what's going on with that. But I need to get some more information concerning it as well and research that. With that, this is your Shawn 1113 podcast show. I'll look back and look forward to the NFL Week 4 and college football Week 5. Thank you for listening, and as always, please stay encouraged no matter what.